What a magic moment this is, Avinash. And thank you for accepting my request. We've been chatting and talking to each other over the phone and over Skype for ages.
Yes.
Uh, that was for us. There was no need to record anything. So let me clarify why I've requested you to come on, come on the air and get a call recorded. Our chat is usually for us. It's not for everybody, but this is
Right.
a bit different. So let me just explain that. Avinash, you said you were 24, right?
34.
34, okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm 50. And sometime around age 20 or so, approximately, I came across the first Napoleon Hill book that I've ever read.
Yes.
No, it was not Think and Grow Rich. When you mentioned Napoleon Hill, people say, oh, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
It was something else.
Right.
And that was when I got introduced to something called the science of success.
Right.
And after that, the journey has been very interesting, but very slow.
Yes.
And here am I sitting and talking to someone who's 34 years old. And I find that your depth, your savvy, your understanding of the practical application, it's something like engineering versus knowing physics.
Right. Yes.
The tools, the practical application, how you use it to change other people's lives. That's where my passion lies too.
Yes.
And there I find that I have a lot to learn from you.
Right.
So I wanted to know, let's put it this way. I'm from West Bengal. I'm talking to you from Kolkata. You're in Pune, right?
Yes, Pune, right.
By the way, I've lived in Pune.
Yes.
And you would notice that aptitude is not something that is in lack in this part of the country and the world,
Right.
where I'm talking to you from.
Right.
But there has to be something other than talent.
Right.
That determines, and hard work also, and sincerity, some other X factor
Yes.
that determines the level of success of a person in life.
Right. Yes.
I'm not getting into what success is. It's different for different people.
True.
It was something for Mother Teresa. It was something else for Bill Gates. They were both perhaps equally successful.
Right.
But that X factor, I really want to record this call for people in my part of the country who have all the talent in the world, but there's something off somewhere.
Right.
It's certainly not aptitude.
Yes.
And especially for young people.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to kind of put one of our casual chats on record. This is a very casual chat. I'm sitting in my pajamas at home.
Right.
However, I'm doing it officially. I'm doing it for others.
Right.
I'm going to share this recording with whoever I think can benefit. I hope I have your permission for that.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Do that. So no issues. Completely all right.
Otherwise, this is just a normal chat. So how did it all begin, by the way? I mean, I've never asked you that before. Okay. How did it all begin?
Yeah, perfect. So 2003, year 2003, I came to Pune.
I can no longer hear you.
Okay. Is it the voice is clear? I'm just using the...
Better.
Yeah,
yes,
perfect.
It's clear.
So, sir, I come from a place called Bokaro Steel City. This is in Jharkhand. Now the place is famous because of Dhoni, because Ranchi is where Dhoni comes from. And this is 2 hours drive from Bokaro. So a small place. I come from very humble backgrounds. My dad is a government employee. And throughout my life, education-wise, I have been that one average student who just intended to pass the examinations because there's a fear of my dad and no parents to have the passing marks at least, right? So studies were something which never fascinated me as such. But same time, there was this voice inside which always told me there is something bigger to you, bigger to this life than just examination, passing out, getting a job, and coming to the end of your life. So this voice inside me always there for long time, since I think early childhood. And when I came to Pune, passing out my examinations, I got first class, managed to pass out, which I realized I'm a very intelligent guy when it comes to in pressure getting things done. No, I somehow managed to get things done. So I realized later that's one of the talent or skill set which I also carry with me. When I came to Pune 2003, and I was on F. Ferguson College Road traveling, and I happened to see a book, The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy.
Oh
Right?
yes, that's an amazing book.
Yes, yes. So I bought the pirated copy, which I no longer suggest people to do. It's not the ethical thing to carry out. But then, no, we didn't know about these understanding these concepts. So I happened to buy that copy of the book, and that book, I think, was the trigger to help me change my entire mindset, my thought process, and possibly has been instrumental in making me reach where I am today or where I'll be tomorrow as well. So I think for me also to happen to see that book was possibly a result of the inner voice asking me, what is me being here? What is the purpose I have to serve being here? Or is that
Calling, the calling.
calling? Exactly. Is that some people are born brilliant, some are genius, and rest of the us 95% of the world, are we ordinary human in the flesh and bone just living a life for the sake of it, or there exists a bigger purpose which we have no idea about? And this book opened the gates for me. So I in Pune, I started reading the book and I started applying the concepts, saw changes happening, saw results coming in, and slowly I think post that that year, phase of my life, I think things just happened in a very natural progression. So I think looking back 12 years now, 13 years now, I think I can connect the dots now, how everything which happened had a role to play. All the bad and all the good events both combined together had a role to play to help me reach possibly where I've reached in a way. So yes, so after graduation, I did my post graduation. It was a turning point for me, doing from a amazing college in Pune under a great leader, Professor M.S. Pillai. And then I think the universe, the nature, or the intelligence governing the entire system, the intelligence governing our human life, human body, and also the intelligence governing the entire planet system, the solar system, the universe, which somebody call as God, which somebody call as Brahma, which somebody call as Allah. I believe that is a
I use the word universe.
universe, right? So the universal intelligence, I believe, was somewhere possibly is the source of fundamental guidance for all of us. Only when we tune to that intelligence, that's only when the guidance can come more consciously in our life. So yeah, so that's how, sir, I think for me, I was able to discover what is my strength, my passion, and possibly which led me to a journey of understanding that what exists as a secret for human life, or what exists for all of us, an opportunity to create an amazing life which we can live, and not just to succumb to the worldly enforcement or projection of other people that how your life should be in a way. So possibly now what I do is as a work is helping people understand what is their true potential, what is the genius they are inside, and how do they connect to that genius to manifest a great life for them. And this is what we carry out as of now, not only in the terms of philosophy or in terms of just having some pep talk, but we really refer to some hardcore science on these areas, especially neuroscience, in positive psychology, in quantum physics, and also parallelly connecting these recent scientific research with the ancient wisdom across religion, across time and space, which great teachers have shared. So we find there is a fusion between these two domains. There exists a commonality, there exists a fusion, and our work right now is to bring that fusion, bring that the the essence of the both the world in together, which can help people to shift their life as of now. That's what we carry out, sir.
Uh, Before I pick up three or four things out of all this that you've shared and run with it, I
Yes,
have a little criticism. I hope
right.
you don't mind.
Please go
What
ahead.
you've just now shared sounded exactly like what it is one trainer talking to another.
Right.
But I requested you to record one of our chit chats
Hmm.
for other people's benefit. And somebody else has recorded it. So I would like to play that for you.
Hello.
We can join the two record. Okay, so the connection was interrupted. We proceed from where we left off, right?
Yes, yes,
Great. So as I was saying, that was exactly what it is. Two trainers chatting with each other and having and really enjoying it.
yes.
We've had that before. This is for other people, and the people will be
Okay,
different.
okay,
Some will be young boys and girls, not yet out of high school or college.
right,
Some will be retired people. Some will be absolutely professorially, well educated, erudite, well read. Others will be the opposite of that. So much of what you said would not sink in. So
right.
let's pick up three or four nuggets.
Okay,
One, subconscious mind and conscious mind. So the difference between one who succeeds and one who does not may lie much more in the subconscious domain, the part
right,
of your mind that you hardly know the existence of, at least you
yes,
don't live it,
right,
than what you actually consciously think,
right,
the mind that everybody knows you have,
yes,
which
yes,
includes your education and stuff like that.
right.
So I'll come to that.
Hmm,
Success and failure resides in the unconscious. It's
hmm,
like if I were to be a computer,
hmm.
it is not the programming in MS Word that
Yes,
decides the result. It's in the MS Windows, maybe in the binary code. The problem is
right,
I don't know what programming is there, and
right,
I certainly don't know how to communicate with that program and change it.
right.
So
Yes.
let's come to something practical. Tell us something about how to change that. The second nugget is alignment with your true purpose. So let's stick to that and
Okay.
tell me something practically on how I can change my life.
Okay, perfect. Now, so I'll give you a maybe a example to make this very clear. And I realize this. Yes, what you rightly pointed out. Possibly the language which you're using may not be very familiar with, and people who haven't got much background about these areas, these concepts. Now, I'll give an example, sir, and I think that would be much more relatable to people who may be watching this later. Now, for example, now you are born in a particular family, right?
Hmm.
And today you have reached to whatever level you have reached in your life, right? That's scenario one. One, you born and you are where you are right now.
Hmm.
And everybody watching this can understand this as well parallelly. Now, what if
Hmm.
after you taking birth, right? Say after 3 months, 6 months, I would have taken you from your family and I would have placed you in a family of, say, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, or any great author, great writer, a successful business person in their house, right? In that
Sure. Could
situation,
you bring the microphone closer to your lips?
yes, yes.
Yes.
In that situation, putting you after 3 months, 6 months of your life, putting you to a family of a great person, will in that situation your current reality would be different?
I'm sure so. Now, let me put this in the language of non trainers. Experiments have been done on animals wherein a tiger or a wolf was taken away at birth from its
Hmm.
parents,
Hmm.
and the cub was given to a flock or a herd of sheep to
Hmm.
raise.
Right.
And they raised that little tiger cub or wolf cub or whatever
Right.
as their own, as
Yes.
if it was the young of a sheep. And
Yes.
when that animal grew up, it
Right.
was 10 times the size of its foster parents and all other sheep in the herd. But it didn't behave that way. It didn't behave like a tiger. It even made the sound of a sheep, the bleating of a sheep. It
Right.
ran away when it saw a little shepherd boy,
Hmm.
10 years of age, with a stick. It just ran away. It was really scared. It behaved absolutely like a sheep.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, that's the point I'm coming
Now,
to.
we humans are also programmable like that.
Precisely. So scenario two is I take you after birth, 3 months, 4 months after birth, 6 months after your birth, and place you with a family of maybe, say, for example, Bill Gates, right? Now we agree in that situation, our current reality would be completely different. Scenario two. I take scenario three. And three is I take you from your family after you taking birth 3 months, 6 months, and I place you in a slum in a country, say Africa or very poor place, right? In a slum or in a very poor poverty kind of zone. Now, in that situation, in that scenario, again your current reality would be completely different. Might be good, might be bad. We don't know about this part. but it would be completely different. So in all three scenarios, scenario one, as if you're right now, scenario two, maybe a Bill Gates family, scenario three, a poor family. Now, in all these three situations, what is to be noticed here? Number one, you are born the same in all three scenarios, no difference at all. Same human being born, same you being born. But eventually, where you reach 20, 30, 40 years down the line is not a function of what you are born as, but where you grew, what environment you were exposed to when you were growing up, which means very little to do with what you are born as, but much to do with the environment, the conditioning, the environment of the family, of your school, teacher, friends, that played a role significantly of you becoming who you are right now. So there
And
exists.
how you,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm sorry, carry on.
So there exists two parts here. One, you are born as one being, and second, what you are today with all the societal, all the worldly programmed thoughts in your mind. Just to give you one more example to understand this point. You buy an Apple laptop, a MacBook Pro, and you buy this laptop with complete proper programs and this functioning very well. What if after buying this laptop, you keep this laptop in your house and you go outside, and some of your maybe brother, sister, or friends chose to use this laptop and download all the movies or some software, some viruses comes along, and all these happens in your laptop. Now later on, when you come back, you see the laptop and you say, oh my god, my laptop is full of virus, it's full of songs which I don't like, videos I don't like, movies I don't like, right? No, so in the laptop in this case has two things. So one, the laptop, the way it was made, completely flawless, and second, with all the virus music on it, right? Now what if you choose to take this laptop and you be sad throughout the life? Look at my laptop, it's full of virus, it's full of songs I don't like, videos I don't like, movies I don't like, programs I don't like. But we don't realize we have a choice to delete those programs, delete those viruses, delete those softwares, and to install the programs, the softwares, the music, the videos which we like, which I prefer personally. So as a human being, one, the way I was born, the way nature made me in its complete flawless elegance and preciseness, in its complete integrity, and then based on the environment I lived in, influence my program in my mind, in my belief system of what the world looks like. So for example, somebody in a poor family observes his father doing a lot of hard work, 15 hours per day, and earning hardly any money. Now the child, the complete innocent child, looks at the situation and possibly thinks earning money is difficult. Or a poor family, a child sees that people are being unfair to them, and the child thinks the world is not fair. Now, these are the perception or the beliefs the child will form as a program, which may not have any truth to it. It might be one circumstance as such, but that's not true as a universal reality, right? So today what has happened is all of us are born something different, but we carry inside us belief system, programs, perceptions, which drives who we are today. Why I do certain things is not the function of what is the right or the wrong to do, is the function of what I believe is right is wrong. What I believe I should do, I should not do. So we are, right now, we are not who we are who we believe we are. And who we
That
believe we
belief
are,
is the program.
exactly. And who we believe we are is,
I'm sorry
yeah,
to cut you off in the middle.
yes.
I have a problem with this whole thing.
Yes, right. Tell me.
In case of my laptop,
Hmm.
it is me. I have to realize all these things,
Hmm.
and I have to delete the junk and clean out the viruses and reinstall the right programs and right content and so on.
Right.
In my case, it's
Hmm.
the laptop who has to realize this and do this work on himself or itself. I have a grammar problem there.
Right.
I said if I'm a laptop. That's the first problem.
Yes, yes.
The
Okay.
second problem is, it's not a problem, it's rather the positive side. You've hit on something, you've hit on an example which would be close to most people's hearts,
Hmm.
including mine:
Hmm.
money.
Right.
And you've said beliefs. So maybe unconsciously, unknown to myself, I believe that money comes to me in thousands.
Hmm.
It comes to Mr. Billa or Mr. Gates, Dr.
Hmm.
Gates, sorry, in lakhs of crores.
Hmm.
But to me, it comes in thousands. I
Right.
don't consciously believe that. I consciously believe, if you ask me, I'll give you 100 reasons why I deserve as much money as Dr. Gates deserves.
Hmm.
But if I actually, if every cell of my body, 50 trillion cells, if the chemistry of the cells believed it, I would have by age 50 had at least half of that. It's
Yes.
a belief that is not conscious. And unfortunately, you have to convince the laptop, and that too at the level of, uh, assembly language or binary code, or should I say the operating system, not at the application level. Convincing me is not of much use. I'm already convinced.
Right.
So now, taking that example of money, now could you show us some of your stuff? There's a reason why I'm doing this call with Avinash and not with anybody else.
Yes.
I believe you have a lot of savvy, which I would like to have on the subject.
Right. Right.
So could you show us something and show it not to another trainer, although you're showing it to me? This call is for other people.
Right.
We can always chat the way we always do. We've been doing it for months. We'll carry on doing it all our lives.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not the idea.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So show how, not know how.
Okay.
Know how
Perfect.
is for the manic. Show
Right.
us
Right.
something.
Yes. Yes. Right. So, okay. So let's take an example, more concrete example to understand this more clearly, right, for
Louder,
people.
please.
Uh,
Little louder.
yeah. So let's take an example to make it more clear and more relatable, more experiential for people to understand this point. Now, uh, when I believe, for example, let's know, as you have pointed also, the part of money. When I believe money is difficult to earn, which is when I meet a lot of people in my sessions in corporates as well, my personal coaching, and this area comes for a lot of people. Money is one challenge for a lot of people. Now, when we believe it's difficult to earn money, right? Now, this is a subconscious belief system based on experience which I've been through my life. Because throughout my life, I've witnessed my dad, my father, my family earning difficult money. So the entire sensory experience is to that particular truth that is difficult to earn money. Now, today, I hear people talking about money is easy to earn, but that's my conscious level understanding. But at subconscious, I operate from is difficult to earn money. Now, most people most people behave not what most people behave or do what is not the right thing to do, but what they feel is the right thing to do, right? Now, any
I'm
subconscious,
sorry, could you repeat that? Most people?
most people don't do what is the right thing to do. They mostly do what is they feel like to do. For example, if I don't feel comfortable going on the stage, I don't go on the stage. If I don't feel comfortable talking to stranger, I don't talk to stranger. I feel, oh, I say I don't feel like this, right? So our action always corresponds or equates to what we feel like. Now, what we feel like is not a function of what I think as of now, is a function of what my subconscious programs or beliefs are inside me. Now, taking the case of money, I feel money is difficult to earn. So when I feel this particular thought, when I believe this particular thought, my unconscious commands to my body, my mind is coming from that particular reality. So all my actions and whatever my brain will create would only be equal to this particular reality that is difficult to earn money. Let's take a more easy example to understand now. So for example, somebody believes it's difficult to earn money. That person mind will only look for ways to equate this reality or to make this reality true. So if I believe it's difficult to earn money, I will always look for work, look for job, look for situation where it would be difficult for me to earn money, because my mind is not in that awareness that it's easy to earn money as well. Moment I take this conscious thought, it's easier to earn money, and I make the subconscious thought go in my subconscious, where I literally every cell of my body feel that it's easier to earn money, which possibly also needs to have a reference point from the environment, where I know some people who will earn easy money. When I bring this thought at my subconscious level, that's only my mind opens the gateways to find it's easier to make money as well, and to find those ways to make money. Now,
And for a person who does not have those reference points, like that lion cub amongst the sheep,
exactly.
what do we do? What do we
Fine.
do?
That's what the beauty of today, the world we are living in right now. Today is a flat world. We are not, I think today we are living the greatest time human being can ever live. At a click of a finger, we have access to all the knowledge ever being written in the world, all the theories, all the principles, all the programs, all the concepts, and all the people. So I may not go to Harvard, but I can very well touch base with the professor from Harvard or a professor from Cambridge, or I can access to those research papers, research material, or I can connect to those people online through Twitter, through LinkedIn, through Facebook, different ways for it, to find enough reference point for me. But that will only happen if this becomes a very burning desire inside me. But most people have this thought as a conscious thought. Okay, I think it's easy to earn money. I want to earn easy money. But the 95% of the self, which is the subconscious, the physical body, still believes is difficult. Now, I'll give you another example, and also to the viewers to understand this clearly. Now, can you look around your house, in your room, and find the color green?
Okay, unfortunately, you're talking to a trainer, so I have some idea where this is going.
Can you find the color green?
Yes, I can find a lot of green around
and the color blue as well.
Will indigo do? Close to blue?
Blue, yeah, indigo will also come. Let's
Blue.
take that.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have green, you have blue. Can you find the color?
I have even more blue around me than green.
Can you find the color red?
Yes, I can.
You can see the color red as well. Now,
yes, I can.
Exactly. Now, what did you see right now? The color blue, green, and red, because I asked you to find those colors around you. So what you are looking for, you got it right now, right? But without now looking in your room, without even looking in your room right now, can you tell me where all did you find the color black? Where all did you find the color yellow? Or where all did you find the color white?
Yes, this is an exercise I do in my own classes.
Exactly.
But the second part, I make people do it with their eyes closed.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just even asking you eyes open now, right? So the point I'm trying to drive here is we got to see around us all the colors which we're looking for. Whereas what if the black, green, and the white, which is possibly your background, the wall you're sitting in is a white background. Your t-shirt has white right now, right? Your glass lenses, the frame is black, right? The hair is black. But we did not notice this because our mind was focused on looking for the green, the blue, and the red possibly. Most people, if you see, they're consciously or unconsciously looking for some reality. Now, one of the great principles of this universe, I believe, one of the great law is we always find what we look for.
Right. The rub is we find what we are unconsciously looking for.
Unconsciously
I may be looking for a lot of money consciously, but I may actually be looking for 95% of me, unknown to me, is looking for lack of money.
Lack of money.
Money
precisely.
only in thousands. So can you give us some practical tool? Show, see, as I said, this call is not for you and me.
Yes.
You're there for me all my life, but as a friend. But now just show it for people I'll share this recording with.
Yes.
Some practical tool and help me clear out the wrong programming and install something so that to some extent, I know you cannot clear 50 years of garbage and viruses and install the right programs in a few minutes.
Okay.
And 50 years old. But clear out a substantial part and put in so that I unconsciously start looking for affluence rather than lack. And others on this call will see what's happening to me.
Okay, perfect. Now, the 2-3 points are, one is, so that's where in the workshop, That's what we practically carry out. Experiential process of helping people break the complete unconscious limiting belief system they have formed up, and giving them a very advanced scientific ways of installing the right belief in the subconscious, in their unconscious mind, which literally changes their entire software, entire system. Now, okay, so what can we do as a simple tool, as simple practice? What can we do daily to change this reality? Now, if you ask people that, okay, it's difficult to earn money, right? Now, if you ask them, tell me the reasons behind, and you'll find those people will give you many, many reasons. Market is not good. There's a lot of competition. I don't have the skill set. There'll be X, Y, Z, 100,000 reasons for that particular belief to have. So any belief will have some experience backing this up, right? Now, the first thing we should do is to create enough reason that why earning money is easy, or I can earn a lot of money very easily. Now, first thing we have to have is a strong enough reason backing this up. And that's where the role of the conscious mind, especially the front part, which is called as the prefrontal cortex, the thinking brain. So this brain has this special ability to be aware of what we are thinking. So we can be aware of our own thoughts as well. That's called as metacognition in scientific terms. The moment we start looking for reason why earning money is easy today, why earning money is easier for a lot of people and for me as well, moment I start looking for that reality, suddenly your conscious mind starts an activity of searching those black white around your environment. Now suddenly you are much more focused on not on the reasons of not earning money or earning money is difficult. You're focused on the reasons now why earning money is easy. Now, when you sustain this process for a day, for a 2 day, for a week's time, by the way, it's not like making a khichdi. You put the dal and the rice and 30 minutes khichdi is ready, right? If somebody has this belief system that it can be that way, I think they'll have disappointments. Working on yourself is a self-work, is a real time, is a significant process which takes time as well, because you're working with the programs built inside from last 20, 25, 30 years of your life. So this is a work which needs time as well, and sustained consistent effort, right, which gives you the result desire for. Now when you start looking for the reason why earning money is easy, and then when you sustain with this process, you come across possibly a right book, because your mind will suddenly now will find enough evidence from the universe to help you understand this part. So you may come across a book, you may come across some examples of people who are earning easy money, you may come across an idea while sleeping, because now your mind is suddenly,
or a person like you, whatever.
Yes, exactly, on to create a different reality altogether. Now that is the first point.
I have recently bought a few books which I would have never thought of buying.
Exactly. So the very fact
there's a customer born every minute by Joe Vitale.
Exactly, yeah. So the very fact you got this thought to buy those books is not a random coincidence. There is a reason for this as well. That's where the mind starts working differently. The first is finding enough reason why earning money is easy, because you only do what you truly believe in. So when you have enough reason, oh, I can see enough people earning easy money, or I may meet a person. For example, I'll tell you something. One of my workshops in Nasik, I had this lady who came in and asked me, Avinash, I want to double my income. So I asked her, I want to double my income now. So I asked, what do you do? And she says, I create rangolis and upload those videos on YouTube. Right? And then she says, I get paid by Google for views of that video. And now think about this part. She earns possibly a monthly income in a matter of 2-3 videos, uploading 2-3 videos, doing what she loves. Now this idea should have got only when her mind convinced her that it's not required for you to go for a 9 to 6 job or a 15-hour hard work, by the way, which is not wrong as well. If your passion is that, you may follow that part. But her mind would have given her ideas to work different ways out for it. So reasons becomes first, number one. Number two, after once you have got the reason, you have to have enough of conceptual knowledge or theories going in the subconscious as well. Second tool comes in for people who are looking to change this is start reading enough material, enough books, which will give you a subconscious reference point that why this is possible. So look here, when I say something to someone and they may hear the thought, they go off back to the same environment, and by evening, by tomorrow, the thought is gone, right? The thought has not gone to the subconscious and it just get misplaced from the brain. Whereas if you start consistently reading enough material or knowledge on this area, that why we can have easy money, or why today I have a lot of potential, or why I have the possibly the opportunities which is in the world today to earn easy money. When you start filling your mind consistently daily with those knowledge, those concepts, it starts shifting your subconscious belief system as well. That's why they say a great leader is a reader. I heard a story.
Sorry?
A great leader is a reader. I heard a story that somebody interviewed Bill Gates and asked Bill Gates, if you can have one superpower, what you would like to have? And Bill Gates responded, I would like to have the ability to read faster. Now think about this. A billionaire saying an ability to read faster. And it's well known that Warren Buffett read 5 hours per day as well. So most people, they are not into the habits of reading. They want to reinvent everything, spend 30 years and then understand some knowledge. What if I read books of great people, their life summary, their life biography, or the research is coming right now, and I read this, I save months, years, and decades of the time which I will spend on working for myself and then having this particular thing, right? The knowledge. So reading
Yes,
becomes the
because
second.
experience is the comb that life gives you after you've gone bald. So use
Exactly.
other people's experience, and
Exactly.
books are the best way to do that.
Exactly. Completely agree.
Books are distilled experience from all over the world and all over history.
Precisely, completely, yes. So that's the second point. Now, third point is I'll give you one tool now for people to practice easily. Now, the subconscious, if you see in detail, has no ability to discern. It has no reasoning ability. It cannot say, if I ask you, if I tell you you're sitting in Mumbai right now, whereas you are sitting in Kolkata, if I tell this to your subconscious, it has no reasoning ability to decide whether you're in Kolkata or in Mumbai, right? That's a part of the conscious mind. The subconscious is very powerful, is like a genie, very, very powerful, but has no ability to discern between what is reality and what is imaginary. Now, most people, when they in their life, the circumstances are such wherein it's difficult for them to earn money or to have growth in their work or their relationship, that's an outer reality. That's a physical circumstance, the matter reality. But before this reality happens outside or the fruit comes outside, there must be a seed inside. You cannot have a mango fruit or an apple fruit without having the seed first. So if you go and check with these people, the outside reality is such, but their mental reality is also exactly that way. Mentally, their unconscious belief is difficult to do this, it's difficult to do that. So before we go ahead to change our life circumstances, which may not be quicker and easier, is very important for us to first do the inner work of changing the inner blueprint we are carrying. And changing the inner blueprint is possible for everyone every second of their life. Why? Because we are the one responsible to create the inner blueprint through our life experiences and the meaning which we give to the life experiences, which is happening daily, every day, every way. So right now, as we speak, with my conversation, I'm trying to also change some of the blueprints which you may carry or people who are here may carry as well, with inserting some thought process. So no matter where you are, there is a possibility you have to change your inner blueprint. Now, how do you change this part? Scientifically, now it's shown through many research that when you are going to sleep, when you're touching the phase of going to sleep, the drowsy state, the relaxed drowsy state, which can also be achieved through just having a relaxation, deep breathing and relaxation, your conscious mind, the reasoning thinking mind, gets slowly shut down. and you're directly facing your operating system. So a lot of techniques focus on this particular zone. So if before you sleep in the night, you start affirming that particular thought in your mind. So I say something called as one primary thought, OPT, one primary thought. Now, if you open the brain of everyone in this world, and if you have some mechanism to see which thought is the most dominant in their mind, you'll come across one thought. For example, Sachin will have a dominant thought of being a very successful cricketer, or Virat Kohli will have some thought, one primary thought, or Muhammad Ali will have one primary thought of being a world champion, or for example, actors like Shah Rukh Khan, one primary thought they will have. So all these successful people, if you go and see, they have one primary thought of what they want to become, where they want to reach. Whereas even we, or say the masses, they also have one primary thought unconsciously, which possibly may not be very positive one, which possibly is the negative thought, that it's not possible for me to achieve this. And they have thought this thought, they have focused on this thought for days, months, weeks, and years, that it has become their complete experiential reality. So the job for what you can do right now, quickly starting this moment, this tonight, this week, is to choose one primary thought, which is possibly, I am the best and I earn easy money from doing what I love. I earn easy money doing what I love. Now, when you have this thought, and that's the ability we have got, the ability to choose the thoughts we want. Now, when we choose this thought, but instantly I see my life reality does not match this thought, that's completely all right. Even if you have no fruits in your garden this year, completely all right. Sow the seed right now. Next year, you would have amazing fruits coming to you. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line. So despite being in this poverty situation or in this difficult struggle of life, I choose a new thought, that I live an easy life, a beautiful life. I earn huge money doing what I love. Now I choose this thought as one primary thought, and I send this thought in my brain every day. I create every day enough situation, enough circumstances to think this thought again and again, again and again, again and again. So before I'm sleeping in the night, I choose this thought and I repeat this thought in my mind for 50, 100, 300, thousands times. Right? And I do this consistently for days, for weeks, for months. If I'm disciplined enough to sustain this for a few months, the brain would be forced to put enough energy to this thought and will find enough situation around or enough ideas to help you create that reality. That's how any change happens. Whatever becomes the dominant thought inside becomes your dominant reality outside. This cannot be any other way. And the dominant reality which we live as of now, if you go back inside, you'll find a dominant thought corresponding to it as well. So most people have no conscious OPT, one primary thought. So have you seen the movie Gajni? The Amir Khan movie, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, so if you see the movie, this fellow put in his entire room all the pictures and the things around him to remind himself of a particular thing, right? I believe we all should turn to Gajni. So in your house, you must have enough visual reminders, right? Enough visual reminders around you, in your mobile as a reminder, your password as a reminder, to remind this
I've done that.
one primary thought.
I've changed my Gmail password. I won't tell you the password, but it is some.
I know it's one.
The level of income that I'm looking at next.
I know it's $1 billion for you, right? The password is $1 billion, right?
Mine?
Yes.
No, it's not in dollars. It's in rupees.
Okay, perfect. I was just pulling your leg. Okay. So if we can put one primary thought, which is the choice I have right now, I choose one primary thought and I give enough effort every day to dwell on this thought. Because this world is a world of thoughts. You cannot show me anything invented, anything discovered without people having a thought about it first. Even the call we are having right now. This call was only a thought in my mind, in your mind yesterday or a week back. And today it has become a physical reality. So before you experience that reality, you need to create that thought. And before you sleep in the night, if you can take one primary thought, that I'm getting healed completely, my body is physically, mentally, emotionally healed, or I'm having the right life partner which I desire, or I'm having a sustained income of say 2 lakhs per month, doing the work which I love. When you start getting this thought, understand your brain, which is a great supercomputer, somehow gives you ideas, ways, situations by making you meet
To
certain
match that.
people to help you create that reality. So simplest of all technique is choose one thought and create this thought enough time in your mind every night before you sleep, every morning as you get up, for next 3 months, next 6 months, next 1 year. Now people say, do I have to do this for 6 months and 1 year? Now they don't understand. They're
That
undoing the
depends.
program is done for 30 years. So if next 50 years, 60 years is important for you, investing 6 months, 1 year is completely insignificant. You can do that as
I'm
of
glad you've used the examples of Sachin and Bill Gates. Sachin Tendulkar's childhood ambition was to be a pace bowler.
right.
He he joined. I don't remember. I think Dennis Lilly's pace bowling academy or something. Application rejected. He was considered too short for that. Now, I don't want to criticize a great achiever like Sachin, but and if there are any inaccuracies in what I'm saying, I hope I'll be forgiven. But the point remains, Sachin allowed that. I'm not blaming him. It's normal to edit his image, his unconscious belief, what he identified with. Me, Sachin, the successful fast bowler. The child identified with that. He allowed that to get edited. Fortunately, he did not allow the general image. He identified himself as me, Sachin, the successful sportsman, and also successful in life, in
Hmm.
every part of life.
Yes.
His personal life, without
Right.
dwelling on it, his financial life, his everything. The general image he identifies with being a success. So that's what he got. And later on, he got a junior version of his original dream. He became a leg spinner at the
Exactly.
fag end of his career, and a successful one.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
when he was just a lad of 14 or 16 or whatever, a teenage boy, he knew somebody who owned or co-owned a software company, and they had a Japanese client who wanted them to write I think the software for a phone or something like that. I forgot what. Now the client kept on changing the requirements too many times, and the rework was making it unprofitable. So that gentleman was complaining. So somebody told that gentleman, and young Bill Gates was present, that boy, Bill Gates, as a fly on the wall, when
Right.
that advice was given to that businessman, that look, you make the basic layers once. The functions that will be there in any phone, any anything, and then you add plug-in programs as at another layer, and you change those programs every time that fellow changes his requirements. And that is what we call the concept of the operating system today. So young Bill Gates heard this and said, I'm going to become rich. Because if this can be done, we can do it to everything. We can do it by phones. We can do it to games. We can do it to engineering software like CAD and CAM. We can do it to everything.
True. Yes.
And that
Completely.
young boy of 16 started telling anyone who was willing to listen, I'm going to get rich. Why? Because of this. So somehow he identified unconsciously with the Bill Gates, the rich guy that he is today, even when he was just a young boy living on some pocket money allowance from his parents or whatever he got by doing normal jobs that children in that country often do for pocket money, like lawn mowing or whatever. The problem is this identification has to be subconscious.
Exactly. Yes.
So, for example, I may not expect money wherever I go to come to me, otherwise, I would have had it by now. Somehow, I expect respect, somehow or the other. Now, how do I, as a trainer, I'm sorry, we're both trainers after I can't help that. How do I, as a trainer,
Hmm.
help somebody who does not expect respect? How do I make him expect respect at a subconscious level? You've given us some clues already,
Yeah.
OTP and all these things.
Right.
And the other thing I want to ask you on my last question for this call, you talked about aligning with your true purpose, which you were born to be. Now, that tiger cub doesn't even know it was born to be a tiger because the environment is completely messed up, the programming. So that, and we all know that once we are aligned with the true purpose, once that lady aligned with making loads of money doing rangoli, which she was meant to do, and not something else, Sachin was a given well-meaning advice by everybody who really loved him, including Sunil Gavaskar. Do whatever you want to, son, but at least complete your graduation. He did not.
Yes.
He aligned with what he was born to do. How do we do that? And you were talking to me the other day on another friendly call. Thank God we didn't record those calls because that was for me. That I should be doing something else, which would be, which there is a market for, which plays to my unique strengths, which very few people have. And
Right.
I didn't even know that a market existed. Can you help me with that on this call a little bit? And can you tell me how to help a fellow who doesn't expect respect?
Yeah.
Maybe
So
I'll reverse engineer that to money and I'll get
right.
what I need.
Yes. Yes. Now, so what we have to understand here is number one, everybody
I mean,
has.
before we end this call, some practical nuggets as if this was one of your sessions, workshops,
Okay. Yeah.
although
Yeah.
there's only one person to one guinea pig here.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So
But
also
that guinea pig represents people very different from him.
exactly.
You're
Exactly.
not
Now.
helping.
Yeah. Now, so you see, everybody, all of us have certain priorities in our life, right? And we all of us have certain value system in our life. So, for example, when I live today in my life, especially from last say 4, 5, 6 years, I have shifted towards a bit spiritual path, and it's nothing to do with religious part, religion as such, but it's a spiritual means I try to live with goodness in this world, right?
Sorry?
I try to live with goodness in this world.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for me, if you ask me what are my top values, so helping people, compassion, uh, being honest, being with integrity, right? Uh, Spreading love, spreading peace. These are my top values, which I generally. So if you watch my entire day, week, or month, you'll find I live these values generally, right? And to sometime what happens is, I get a lot of time people really doubting that how can you are you really that good, or are you trying to live with that goodness, or are you just trying to fake? So today in the world, because we see so many people who possibly may not be with that qualities, when you try to live those qualities, it sometimes becomes difficult as well, because everybody is doubting you. Are you really good, or trying to or you're pretending to be that good? So I have these values which I live with. Now everybody has certain value system to them, which they consciously know or may not know. Now, when it comes to gaining respect, is your one of your top values. Okay, for me, respect is a top value. Even if money does not come in, if there's a respect, I may and go do that work
Uh, Not consciously. Respect is certainly not a top value for me, consciously. It is something I have come to expect.
unconsciously.
It's not, yeah, nowadays consciously also. But throughout my life, it was unconscious.
Exactly.
Now, at 50 years of age, I have enough of conscious experience to reflect back on and
Yes.
say to myself, come on, this has been a pattern. It's something I
Exactly.
have identified with. It's not
Right.
necessarily something I want.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
may want money, but I may not be expecting it at a, in the
Subconscious level.
muscle.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the muscle. My whole body doesn't expect it.
Exactly.
My whole body expects respect.
Exactly. Now, so coming to the point, what you're mentioning here is, moment I subconsciously, if I want to, if I desire something, I want something, it has to come inside my value chain as well. That why I desire this. Now, what are values? Values are nothing but simply what is important for me. I think the internet connection was a bit unstable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
So what are? Yeah, you can hear me, sir?